In this video, we're going to take a look at multiplying a matrix by what's known as a scalar. So a scalar is simply nothing more than a real number, and when we multiply a matrix by a scalar, we multiply every element of the matrix by that scalar. So it's almost like the distributive property where every element in the matrix gets multiplied by what the scalar is. In geometry class, you learned about dilations, especially dilations in the coordinate plane, where you take your x and y coordinates and multiply all your x and y coordinates by, let's say, a scale factor like 2 or a third or something like that. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here, but with matrices. And it turns out a lot of video game designers, especially in 3D video games that I'm not very good at, they use a lot of matrix calculations to create the games, and we're going to see how some of the math behind that. So example 2 for the matrices A and B, where A is at 5, -8, and 4, and then in the next row we have 2, 0, and -1, and B is -4, 6, and 12, and then in the next row 7, 2, and -9. We're going to find each of the following. So we're going to, for this example, we're going to take matrix A and multiply it by 5. So we're going to scale it by a factor of 5, which simply means we take each element and multiply it by 5. So first row, first column, 5 times 5 is 25. Then right after that, -8 times 5 is -40. 4 times 5 is 20. And then starting the second row, 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 0 is 0. And 5 times -1 is -5. Part B, we have 6 times matrix B, which is going to take each of the elements in B and multiply them by 6. So we'll start with the first row, first column, -4 times 6, -24. And then 6 times 6 is 36. And then 12 times 6 is 72. So now our second row, 7 times 6 is 42. 2 times 6 is 12. And finally, -9 times 6 is -54. And turns out we can actually scale matrices and then add or subtract them. So for example 2C here, we have 2 times matrix A minus 3 times matrix B. Well, 2 times matrix A is going to give us 10, -16, and 8 in the first row. And then in the second row, 4, 0, and -2. And then 3 times matrix B in the first row, we're going to get -12, 18, and 36. And then in the second row, we're going to get 21, 6, and -27. And since we're taking 2A and subtracting 3B, we're going to take this first matrix that we got for 2A and subtract the matrix we got for 3B, which we can do since they're both 2 by 3 matrices. So again, make sure that they're the same dimensions before you try to add or subtract them. So when we subtract them, we're going to get 10 minus -12 is 22, -16 minus 18 is -34, 8 minus 36 is -28, so that takes care of our first row. And then in our second row, we have 4 minus 21 is -17, 0 minus 6 is -6, and -2 minus a -27 is 25. All right, that about does it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.